started blasting.
All right, welcome back, guys.
How's
Squad
it going?
Talks. How's it going, everyone?
Season 2, episode 5,
All right,
featuring King Coopa.
Oh, you're gonna take my spotlight right now? Nah, go for it. Go do the intro.
This right here is Danny, also known as Pass. I'm half of 48, also 24.
Yes, sir.
Also 40, but I go by Chase. Thank you for coming and talking with us today.
Of course,
do we
thanks
got
for
here?
having me.
Who do we got here?
We got King Coopa.
In
The
cut.
Coop in the cut.
King Coopa in the cut. There we go. All right, take it away, Penny.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got your name?
So the name was actually kind of a funny story. I had a lot of... Wait, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Go for it, bro.
Okay.
Fuck. Shit.
I had a lot of dumbass names. Because, like, my first show ever was at a hookah bar, right?
Okay.
And they literally just put DJ Cooper Clearman, like, and I was like, that's not okay. Like,
That's just my name.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I got to come up with something. So it took like 2 months, and like at the time, I wasn't thinking about branding or marketing or any of that stuff. I was literally just thinking like, I can't have them just put like DJ my name, so I gotta have something else.
Right.
So I came up with like 5 names, and I don't even remember the shitty ones, but like King Coopa was in this group of names, and I'm friends with pretty much all the like well-known locals here in Oklahoma. And there was a show that we had like 3 or 4 years ago, and I just went up to a couple of my buddies and I was like, all right, so you guys know I'm starting to like perform and do stuff with music. I have these names. I don't know which one to pick. I was like, just tell me which one is the least stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so like 3 of them were like, King Koopa sounds dope and you could play on the whole Mario thing. And like, I haven't even like used that yet for my marketing. Like, I'm working on a bunch of artwork and stuff. Sorry, that's a side conversation. But yeah, like I haven't even like done the full like King Koopa project yet. But yeah, they just said that was the least dumb one, so go with that, and it just kind of stuck. And it's like, it's a play on Mario and my name, because obviously my name is Cooper,
Right.
but like Mario is King Koopa with a K, but we just threw the C in there because C for my name.
Right.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot, and I like your logo.
Thank you. Yeah, that's some dude, Jeremiah Cristo, I believe. He's from somewhere up north, and he does logos for like hella cheap. And I needed a new logo because mine was just some like Microsoft Paint bullshit.
Right.
And
Hey man, we gotta start somewhere. That's what mine was for the
Exactly.
longest.
Yeah, and I paid him, and he busted that out in like 2 days, and he gave me like all these renderings, and I was like, what the fuck? It was so cool.
Oh,
But
hell
yeah,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
when did the King Koopa project start? Like, was it like how many years ago?
Let's see. My first like actual gig was in 2017. Like I said, it was like at a hookah bar for like 10 of my friends, and but like it was a 4-hour set. That was
Dang.
God.
What
yeah,
the?
it was like my first time ever playing live, and they're like, "Yeah, you're playing all night," and I was like,
What?
"I don't have that much music."
Oh my gosh.
just hook up like Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm sitting there like adding songs to my record box as I'm playing.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
But yeah, so 3 years ago was when it really started, and then I mean it really started to take off, like the whole project did. Really when I started playing in Dallas, and then after that things just kind of got rolling, and then came to a very abrupt halt with COVID. But
Right.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
that.
but
That's
yeah, so
awesome,
it's been
though.
about 3 years.
Hell yeah.
I think because we started basically at the start of this is whenever we took it serious.
Yeah.
I'll show it. 3 years, 2017. I'm trying to think of like who was like around at that time.
Man, see, like Sudden Death was just really getting big, like, or he was like starting to become like a name.
Yeah.
So like that like he was a big inspiration at the time.
I'm trying to think.
Let's see who else. there was a few other. I was just like, for a while, like the only stuff I was like trying to base my stuff off of was like the heavy guards and like just like all the just like in your face dubstep and but then I would play shows where like I couldn't play that stuff, so I like didn't want to put myself in this box, so I started like expanding my influences. So now I've become a pretty like versatile artist as far as like what I can and do play, but like I do prefer to like play the heavier stuff, obviously.
So who would you say your like top 3 influences are?
Top 3. There's this dude right now, Nosphere or Nosphere.
Ooh,
yeah.
Fucking love him.
Nasty.
Yeah, straight
Disgusting.
fire. Anything he touches is just stupid. So he's a big influence of mine right now. There's this other kid from Australia. He's in like the same friend group with like Murata and Invaders and somebody else. I can't remember. Invaders are from like New York, but there's like a friend group where there's like 3 of them from Australia and like some of them are from here, and they like all had the same like orange SoundCloud logo for a while. I can't remember what their little collective is called, but this dude's name's Kanan, and he's like 19, I think, which is insane because I'm 6 years older than him, but dude makes some of the heaviest stuff I've ever heard. So like he's those 2. So Kanan. And then honestly this duo coming up, Blurred Vision.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're also insane, but mainly like most of my influences come from the underground. Like I mean I do love mainstream stuff, like not to say mainstream as in like a bad thing, but
Right.
like I'm a huge Sudden Death fan. I'm a huge like I mean I like Slander, I like Subtronics, like you know I like all the big names,
Right.
but as far as like my influences go, I see the things that these smaller dudes are doing, and it's just like this whole new era of music, and so that's what I try to like base my sound and things off of, along with like bringing my own style into it.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
So, what would you describe your own style being like? Like, if I was like somebody who didn't go to a King Koopa show, what should I expect?
You should expect like probably to be really sore from headbanging or like getting in the pit. You might cry a little. I mean, you might dance a little. Like it's like I've kind of tuned my sets almost to like a science in the past year. It used to be just like I would be so upset with how I performed because I felt like it was way too all over the place and like way too unorganized. And then I just kind of hit this turning point where like I can't remember where I was, but I saw like 3 performances and they were just straight fire, like from start to finish. And I was like, I gotta, work on that. And so I did. And I started finding and getting music that was like more pertained to like my style and what I wanted to do in my sets. But at the same time, it's always been difficult because like I freestyle pretty much every set. Like basically my little formula is I'll get all my music and everything and I'll throw it in a playlist. But I don't organize anything. The most I do is like hit arrange by key, and because I like mixing in key.
Yeah.
And then I'll know the first 3 songs that I'm gonna play. Like I know how I'm gonna start, and then I might know the last song I want to play, but everything else in between that is like all guesswork.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of try and base it off the crowd. So to somebody who hasn't seen me play before, yeah, they could go in there with like just a completely open mind, and they might hear one of their favorite sets ever because I like playing to the people that are in front of me.
Right.
Like
Hell yeah.
I like reading the crowd.
Oh yeah.
So where are you from again? Oklahoma?
I'm actually from Texas, but I moved to Oklahoma like 6 years ago for school, and I've been here ever since. But I live in OKC. I lived in Tulsa for like 5 years, and then I moved to OKC last year just because I needed to change the scenery.
Okay.
And it was either gonna be OKC or Dallas, and I was like this close to moving to Dallas, and then my buddies who had lived in Tulsa, who I worked with them in the music scene, they had moved to OKC like the year before or like 8 months or something, and they called me and they were like, hey, have you ever thought about moving to the city? And I was like, I mean, I was actually just thinking about moving, and they were like, "Well, we got a room if you want to come move to OKC." And so I packed my shit up and I moved to OKC, and I've been here since last October.
Hell yeah.
Do you ever just think about like what would have happened if you would have chose Dallas instead?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like, I mean, the plan is definitely eventually to move to Dallas. Not like I love it there. Like it's awesome. Like I love OKC. Like it's cool. The scenes here, it's a good scene. Like it's a diverse scene. Like there's kind of a lot of stuff to do here, I guess. But I just like all my people are in Dallas. Like my family's an hour away from there, so like that would make it so much easier to see them. Like I got so many friends and people that I love and respect down in Dallas, and like most of my fan base is down there, like because I play there a lot.
Yeah, I feel that.
So how would you describe, I guess, the scene up there in Oklahoma? Because the only time I've ever really gone up there was to see like BTSM whenever they played up there. So I don't like, to somebody that isn't from Oklahoma, that doesn't even like, let's say doesn't even know a rave scene exists in Oklahoma, how would you describe it pre-COVID? Of course.
Pre-COVID, very, very lively. Like it's kind of similar to Dallas's scene in the fact that like they love the heavy stuff, but there's also a huge following for like the weird and like the wonky stuff.
Yeah.
So like you can like, I work with this company, Subsonics. We basically bring all the shows in Oklahoma to OKC and Tulsa. You know, we could bring anybody from like Charles the First to Subtronics, like, you know, from the weird, or like I think we had like Tipper or Mystic Grizzly or somebody like that one show, and it was like packed. And then we had like a heavy show 2 weeks later, and that was packed. So it's like the kids up here just love music. Like they love the live music, they love the experience, and there's enough of them like involved in the scene here to pretty much pull a good crowd for any kind of show you throw. Yeah. I mean, the only show I wouldn't throw here would be like a straight house show, like that. And that's not because there isn't a house scene in Oklahoma. There is. It's just very, very small.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like, and most of the kids here appreciate all kinds of music. There's not really any genre snobs. I mean, there's definitely like people have their preferences, but it's overall pretty much every show we have up here is a solid, just like happy crowd, and they're just happy to be experiencing what they got. So it's nice.
I feel like that's better than here, because I feel like all the house shows are like at the smaller venues. For example, Lizard. Yeah. I say that like if it's small, but it's, you know, it was kind of like legendary for like just the artists that it brought there, and, you know, just through time. But I felt like the bigger venues here in Dallas were primarily just like bass shows. So it's cool to see that, you know, that I guess Oklahoma has like, you know, has a good variety. Yeah. Compared to here, where
definitely wider. Yeah, for sure.
A wider variety compared to here, where it's like, oh, it's a heavy bass show like every other week. Every other week is what it was.
Yeah, so, we definitely have a lot of those, but we definitely also have a lot of the shows where I'll walk in and there's like 4 tables and there's 10 people trying to tell me what my palm is saying, and like one person's like trying to sell me grass, and I'm like, that's like a bag of sticks, and like I appreciate you, but like I'm okay.
I'm a pass on that one.
I mean, the rock looks nice. It's a cool
rock.
No,
it's pretty. I promise you, like it's beautiful. Like you spend so much time on that.
We're gonna get roasted for this. Canceled. Riddim Squad Coopa canceled. They called crystal rocks.
I'm not hating on it. I love it. Honestly, it makes me so happy to see like how much they enjoy like that aspect of life. Right. Like, you know, I've always been the person like, I will never judge you for what you do with your life or like how you do it. Like, as long as that's making you happy or like bringing you some kind of joy, that's awesome, dude. Right. Like, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's bad. Like,
for sure. So, we were just talking about Oklahoma. Is there anybody up there we should be on the lookout for, or that's underappreciated?
For real, because I don't really know that many Oklahoma people. Just because like I'm so tied into this like local scene. So, Just go ahead.
If you heard of Tynan, he's from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking king,
I didn't know
Tynan he killed
was
that
from
California
Oklahoma.
set. I'm still stuck on that.
He's from Oklahoma. He's definitely, I'd say he's definitely the most established artist we have from here. There's this other dude. His name's Blake. He goes by Guilt Chip. He does a lot of like crazy like modular synth stuff and like insane sound design, and he works with like all kinds of people, and he's most recently starting to like push a lot of his own music. Like he just dropped an EP with Suhan, I think that's his name, on Wakan. And so he's really cool dude, pretty good friend of mine, and his mind is just like, he's one of those guys that if you talk to him and you know what you're talking about with music production, he can literally sit there and explain anything and everything like music in like a science breakdown to you. Like the way his brain works is just insane. But yeah, him. But him. Let's see, and then like some of the like Whiskers. If you know of him, he just released on Subsidia. Yeah, he lives here. Really cool dude. He's actually he just gave me this hat last night. Watership. Watership is his like collective / like record label. And he's a dude that I don't know if you've ever seen. He wears the big ass rabbit helmet. It's like it's got like LED screens on the eyes and stuff.
I've seen that. Maybe cool. If I've seen the picture, I'd recognize it.
Yeah, it's cool. So he's from here. There's this dude from Tulsa who's a really, really good friend. He goes by Crooks. It's spelled Krewx. I think he's played down in Dallas a couple times, but he's been all over the place. For sure. He's a real quiet dude, but he has the potential to be like very, very big if like pushed in the right direction and like having the right people behind him. He's got a good team behind him, like, but it's stuff's hard, especially when there's really nothing going on right now. But yeah, him. And then as far as like locally wise, my roommate actually, Ethan, he goes by Fingers. He's played down in Dallas a few times.
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of Fingers.
Yeah, basically my mentor. Basically, whenever I first started wanting to get into the scene and starting to do anything with music, I saw him like DJing in his bedroom, and I was like, "How do you do that?" And he was like, "Come over, I'll show you. Like, it'll be easy." And so he just like walked me through pretty much everything, and then he basically got me the job with Subsonics, like doing the production stuff, and that's how I like built my basically what I do in the scene now. And so yeah, really cool of him to take me in like that. And then there's a few other guys. Zills, he used to go by Zombiezilla.
Okay. Yeah, we know Zills.
He's played a couple times in Dallas. If you like horror step, like creepy core, like that's your man. He's like that stuff you'd hear in like a horror movie turned into dubstep, basically. Yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, he actually played last night. We had Vampa here, and he played last night, and he killed it.
Hell yeah, that's
so
awesome.
I'm expecting big things from him.
So you said your mentor Fingers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so was he the one that kind of like pushed you to, want to get into music, or was it something else before that? Like, what kind of drove you in that direction?
As far as like EDM and like performing and all that stuff, yes. But musically, like I've been a musician my whole life. Like my family is all musical. Like we all sing. My dad plays the piano and the guitar. My sister plays the guitar and the saxophone. Like I'll play anything percussion. A little bit of piano. I've tried to pick up a guitar a few times, but I just can't stick with it. My head works as like a drummer, not as anything else. But yeah, so piano and drums for me. Like my little sisters have beautiful voices, so I've been doing music since I can remember. Like when I was like 5, my dad would make us sing in church and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I moved to Ohio for 3 years, and I was in metal bands, and Yeah, I was a drummer in one. Yeah, exactly. I was a drummer in one, and then I was the front man, like vocalist, in the other one.
Hell yeah.
And we actually got to tour with like Ashley Alexandria and Attack Attack.
That's awesome.
Like some bigger names. Yeah, we got
sick.
to do like a little 10-stop tour thing up north. Like it was really cool. And then when I came back down, I was on the drum line, I was in concert band and stuff. So music has always been a part of my life.
Hell yeah.
Like I started like making like rap beats on FL when I was like 13 years old for my dumbass friends. But
Nice.
and then yeah, like getting back into the scene, like meeting Ethan and stuff. I saw him making, dubstep, and I was like, I feel like I can do that. So, and then the DJing was just kind of like second nature if you can count. Like,
right.
If you know how to count to 8, like,
honestly,
that's basically it. Like, people make a big deal out of it, but I'm like, you can do it too. And now, like, everybody and their mom is doing it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Ever since quarantine, everybody had like a lot of free time. So
Boy.
they started
Exactly. Like it's very cool because like I feel like a lot of cool new shit's gonna come out of it. Like a lot of the artists that have been around are just like sitting on tons of music now, and then like a lot of the upcoming artists are like honing their craft and like finding their own sound, and I think it's super cool.
Oh yeah, the future's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. So how would you say COVID has affected you, negative or positive?
Negative. I had to get a job. I worked at a pizza place for like 6 months, and that was hell on earth. And but then I actually just recently got a call back in October from I went to school for aviation. I'm an aviation mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I applied to a bunch of aviation jobs whenever COVID hit, and none of them were hiring due to COVID. And then in October, they called me back and they were like, do you still want the job? And so I was like, yes, of course. So I've been working there since October. So that's a positive. The negative was working at the pizza place. The negative also being like, I'm a very social person. I'm an introvert, but like I'm an extroverted introvert. So like, I love seeing people and like, I love seeing my friends like in doing things, but like, the introvert side of me is like, oh yes, I don't even need an excuse to say no to going out now. Like,
I feel you on that one.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, there's been ups and downs, like, but I feel like overall, like a lot of good has come from me because I've had a lot of time to focus on myself and my own mental and like what I want to do with my music and like my career in the scene, and I feel like a lot of positive stuff is going to come from it.
That's awesome. I agree with that, and same with me. I feel like it's done the same shit. So,
yeah, you guys are like definitely blowing up. I mean, as from what I've seen, like last year to now, it's like a huge difference, and I think it's super cool.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that.
Seriously, it means a lot.
Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
It means a lot.
Oh.
Thank you.
I didn't hear you. Take this down.
He said, let me take this one out so you can hear it for once.
I couldn't hear you. So when would you say you first heard about Riddim Squad?
It was probably sometime last year. You guys were at a show that I was playing at the Green Elephant, or some of you were, and because I saw the flag and I was like, wait, I feel like I've seen that on Twitter.
And yeah. Twitter. Shout out Twitter. This flag.
Yeah, that flag. Yeah. And so like a couple of you guys introduced yourselves, and like we talked for a little bit, and then I found you guys on Twitter, and then I just like I support people who are doing cool shit, like anybody who's like doing things the right way and especially like supporting their friends and their homies, and like and outside of that, like I mean, we don't know each other all that well, but like here we are sitting down talking.
Right.
Like, that's super cool.
For sure.
Like there's not enough of this. Like that's I guess that's what I'm trying to say. There's not enough people that are doing things how they should and how they could, and I feel like you guys are definitely like moving in the right direction. So when I started to see that, I was just like, I really want to kind of like get in with these guys and like work with them or like involve myself in any way I can. So yeah, but it was like last year sometime when I first really heard about you guys.
Okay, that's awesome.
But I'm
Thank
pretty sure I
so
saw
much.
you guys on Twitter.
That means a lot.
For that. Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it.
It means a lot more to him. I'm just here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. As if I wasn't in the room whenever he was like, "Oh, dude, guess what?" It's like, yeah, we just started promoting for like Nocturnal Waves. Like the second time I ever met him.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was like, what, 2 years ago? A little over 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
crazy. So going back to, I guess, pre-COVID and shit like that, how would you say that like your growth in the past? How long has it been? Like 8-9 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that.
Man,
It just flew
yeah.
by, and
Fuck.
for me at least. So how would you describe the Coopa before COVID to the Coopa, sitting here talking with us right now?
Before I was a lot more focused on like the unnecessary. Like I was way more in the mindset of like, oh, I just want to play all these shows and go all these places and do all this stuff without putting in like the actual work. And then COVID hit, and I had a lot of time to like think and like be by myself, and I just kind of reprioritized everything with music. And so now like I've been working on tons of stuff. I've been putting more effort into like my trying to build an actual like brand and like actual like work and build on my production. And I think everything's moving in a way better direction than it was pre-COVID, because now it was just kind of like a reality check. Like
I feel that.
Yeah, you don't have shows to play, so what else is there? Oh wait, there's everything else.
Get better. Right, boy. Yeah, I feel that for sure.
He felt that in his chest.
Sheesh.
I saw that.
Yeah. Man, that's funny. So, if you could pick any festival to play, what would it be?
That's see. I want to know that because I see you wearing the Wakan hoodie, but you were mentioning how you like playing, like heavy
and
bass.
dubstep, yeah.
Yeah, those are the homies. They're actually from here too. Yeah, if I could pick any festival, man, I want to say like Tomorrowland just because of like where it is.
Right.
But also, it'd be badass to play Lost Lands. Like I was this close to playing one of the sound stages.
Oh hell yeah!
Last year, and it didn't work out. But yeah, no, that would be a dream. Like because like I feel like that's my people. Like like that's like I love the heavy stuff, and those kids just like eat it for breakfast.
Boy.
And yeah, it's like
Gobble gobble.
If I could like pick one, like if somebody was like, "Here's 5 festivals, pick one to play," and that was in it, I would probably pick it.
Yeah. So when you play, I guess I should when. What would you open with?
Man, I would hope that I would have like some crazy ass original intro to open with. Like, I don't know. Like that's actually kind of one of my favorite things is making intros, and like even if it's not with my own music, like I like fucking shit up enough to where it's like people have never heard that before. Right. So like the last set I did at the Green Elephant, or the one before that, I think I took like an Icy Stars song, and I took the intro from this Icy Stars song and like the middle part of a YDG song, and then like threw in like a completely different drop and like doubled it with stuff. So like I like making like super like I like intros that are gonna like catch you off guard and like grab you and like make you pay attention.
Oh yeah.
So like even if you're like in the bathroom or like outside or wherever
at
like,
a bar,
if you hear that one note or that one sub hit that just like grabs you by the chest,
Makes
you're like,
you
I'm
turn
gonna
around.
go check that out.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I don't know exactly what I would open with. It would definitely have to be like a when the time comes kind of thing.
Right.
All right, so you've played a good amount of shows before. You've been in this, like, I guess, industry for a while. Do you have any memorable moments out of, like, all the shows that you played that really stood out to you?
Let's see. Probably one of my most favorite, like, recent memories. Also a little sad because it's gone now. But I was direct support for Subdocta at the Lizard Lounge. And he's actually, like, a really good friend of mine. Like, we met... Ham had me play on like 2 of the I can't remember what the tour was called, but it was Dirt Monkey and Subdocta on tour together like 2 years ago.
Rise
and they had me
Octapeel?
Yes, that's what it was. And they had me play in Austin and in Dallas, And so that's when I met Subdata, and we became friends, and then we just started messaging and sending stuff back and forth, and we got to know each other real well. And then that show came along, and like we were talking about it, and I wanted to be respectful, so I was like, hey, I know you know how I play, and I know how you play, like what do you want me to do? And he was like, dude, honestly, do whatever you want. He's like, just bring it down the last 15 minutes for me. And I was like, I got you. And so that to this day was like one of my all-time favorite sets, and like I still watch videos from it because I just had so much fun. And then afterwards, like I go on Instagram, and like he was like on his Instagram like taking videos of me like saying that I was killing it and that like I was doing such a good job. And then like when he came up on stage, he just like gave me a hug, and he was like, dude, that was amazing. And so like that was probably like one of my favorite moments, because that was just like recognition from somebody that I look up to. And like I did exactly what he wanted. Like I did everything like my way, and then I just brought it way down the last 15 minutes, and he was like, that was perfect. And so yeah, it was really nice to get that kind of like compliment from somebody who you like respect and like look up to.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's always nice.
I bet you that was awesome. That would give me goosebumps.
It was a little like butterfly moment.
Boy, for sure. So you have any last shout outs before we close this up?
Shout outs, yes. I definitely say shout out to you guys for having me out. Like that's awesome. You guys are super cool. Shout out to Ham. It's my team. They're doing cool things. Putting the right people on, and like supporting the right people, and I love to see that. Subsonics, that's my home team. That's that's what we do up here. Let's see, shout out literally anybody who's supporting you guys, like, because that's super. I love seeing all the people who like retweet, and all the like half the time, like I'll go on like and I'll see like one Riddim squad tweet, and then like the next like 20 tweets are like retweets of all these people that are talking about you guys, and like it's super cool. So like shout out like those like committed fans, and like all the people who support everyone that's doing this, because like this is all we got. Like we do this because we love it, not because we have to, but because we want to.
Right.
And like there's so many other things that we could be doing with our time, but we're doing this not just for ourselves, but for like all those people that we want to like make their lives a little bit better with some really badass music. So shout out to literally everyone, I guess.
Oh yeah, everybody in the squad, or that supports the squad, for sure.
Part of the team. That's what we call them. Family. God, my back. My bad.
Dang.
That was my thumbs, bro. Was it? Damn. All right. Any last words? Coop?
Wear your mask.
Thanks.
Stay away from people. Wash your hands. Let's get live music back to what it was, but like in a safe way. Like I want to see everybody. Like I want to see all the people at shows, but like we got to be safe about what we're doing right now. And until we do that, we can't have that back. So
sure.
We love you guys. I love you guys. Like I love having like human interaction with people, but as of right now, it's just not the safe thing to do. So don't be going to those like crazy parties with like no mask, or like going all over the place, spreading the COVID. Like
everybody needs to be responsible.
Live your life, do your thing, but be smart about it.
Yep.
And hopefully I'll see a lot more of you guys in 2021.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I thought he was gonna say 2020, but then I was like, wait, that's actually like 2021. It's like 2 weeks.
She gone.
Hell yeah. All right, so since you did the intro, go ahead and do the outro, mister.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Hey, if you're tuned in right now, comment a KC for King Coopa.
And a turtle. Turtle emojis in the chat.
No. If anything, it's going to be an alligator. Okay. Well, if you don't know that video, look up entire year crocodile alligator.
There you go. All right, you get over there. All right, it's been Squad Talks Season 2, Episode 5. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We got King Coopa in the cut. Thank you guys so much.
Peace.